Hello! Happy Sunday. How are you? Hope you're well. I forgot to run the ad again. I'm serious. I need to build the macro that you hit the button, it starts the stream and runs the ad all in the same time. That would be very helpful. Well, for the three of you that are here, I hope that you're subbed and you're not seeing any ads. If you're not, you're just going to miss me babbling on about whatever. We're not even going to start the game yet. So for the next couple of minutes, I'll talk about something exciting. I just had the best burrito. Leftover burritos on a Sunday, always a good thing. I had a good week of streaming. I had a good week of YouTube. A new YouTube video should have just come out just now from last week's Stranded Alien Dawn playthrough. The first week we did base building. We actually got the base built. The second week we did defense. Last week we got the wall built. It's about 28 minutes long, and I pretty much got it whittled down to just basically us building the wall and getting it in place. So it's pretty good. I'm happy with the video. I think it's good. If you're looking to just watch someone build a wall, then it's something that's easy. You can watch the first two videos in an hour and sort of get an understanding of how that first bit of gameplay is going to go. Let's see. What else? I think this is our last week playing Stranded Alien Dawn. I want to do electricity this week. Cutting the video together this week, I really like the game, and it's playing it this last couple of weeks has reminded me how much I like it. And I know there's been some comments, and I've read some stuff on Reddit, and they're like, it's like a shallow rim world, and maybe that's true. Not every game can be the same, and I think there are aspects of this game that are pleasing. And I went back and forth with my Zen video this week was Stranded Alien Dawn on Thursday, and I posted that on Reddit, and there was a bunch of back and forth about how the end game of Stranded, let's call it SAD, has some problems. And I would agree with that. I think that the end game, a lot of these games, like what is the end game? How does the end game going to work? And there's just a lot of bug attacks. And I think what I remind myself, and I'll remind everybody, is that the game can be played any which way you want, right? And so if you don't like a lot of the aspects of the game that maybe you don't like you can turn off or turn down. And I think for like a fall on a planet, build a base survival game, it's pretty polished. So I keep thinking I'll look up the price of the game. Maybe we should do that now, because I just feel like for the cost, it's $34.99, and I have 52 hours. So, so for $35, I'll probably played 60 hours when it's all said and done. And I'll probably play a couple times through more, maybe. That's not a bad return on investment. Not my best, but pretty good. So maybe for those of you that are out there that are on the fence, maybe add it to your wish list. It goes on sale. I've seen it on sale a number of times. And maybe pick it up then and then play it at your leisure. Yeah. Oh, is that not going to play? Oh, maybe it's not in this. Interesting. It may not be in this one. I'm sure it is. Oh no. Should we look at that before we try to play something else, Malls, would you? Before we make the switch.
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete.
Hey, Paco, how are you? How's your Sunday? How is your Sunday? I hope you're well. Did you like it, Molly? I was thinking last night when Beard came in and was like, "Hi, I'm Pete." I was like, why isn't that a redeem somewhere, right? Hi, I'm Pete. I'm very well. Thank you for asking. I've been awake for a long time and feeling pretty productive, excited about playing some Stranded Alien Dawn today. But yeah, good. Had a good weekend. I think that maybe the math one just isn't in the chatting. It's probably what's wrong with it. So we're going to play Stranded Alien Dawn today. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Molly. Yeah, it's not in the chatting screen. Because who needs to do math in chatting screen, right? All right, we're going to play Stranded Alien Dawn today, and our goal today is electricity. If we look at everything that needs to, or can be done and needs to be done, we have done a pretty good job of We've done a great job of building a self-sustaining base at this point. We've got some food going. We've got the basic buildings. Take the roof off so we can see them here. We've got some basic buildings, some living quarters, and a kitchen and storage, a nice place to eat. We've got some outside storage too that needs to be picked up and kind of moved around and maybe thought about where it needs to be, but so far so good. And I think the next big jump for us, we built a nice wall, we've gotten some bugs out of here. And so the next big jump for us is electricity. And electricity is a big part of the game. We'll be able to generate it from diesel, from fuel. And the fuel we can make, we just have to we need to get something and then we can refine something and then we can get fuel. So we could have self-sustaining fuel with a diesel diesel generator. But the big win here is wind and solar with some batteries, so that it's sort of renewable energy we never need to worry about. And so we've unlocked some of it. We need to unlock electronics crafting, which I have here highlighted at the top of the screen. We can look and research. Once we get this done, we can unlock solar panels and wind turbines, and then batteries following under energy storage. So we've got a little ways to go. We need to force them to just get on it, because this is the next thing we're going to conquer. And it's going to change how we change the heating and lighting. And I mean, as you know, right now, sitting in your warm or cooled house with the lights on the internet, electricity is very important. Oof, all right. I devoured a burrito right before I sat down. My voice it's normal, what, you're going to start talking now on the internet? What are you thinking? I don't know if you guys have seen this, but look at these fun snowmen that they build. Hello, fun snowman. Pretty cute. Oh, there's another one here. I think there's another. Look at them, man. They're busy. You guys how about a little less time building snowmen, a little more time, getting down to business, huh? All right, so someone is researching. Ooh, Ember's intellect is up to 5. So honestly, I'm a little worried about food. All right, hold on. I want to leave that on. Show all active orders. Show this. I had these turned off. I was in here taking pictures and shooting video for some videos, and so I was hiding that stuff. All right, so we're going to be done with electronics. We've gotten some electronics off the ships. We have 20. If we look at the top of the screen there, we have 27 electronics. That should be enough to get us going. And electronics crafting. Sweet. Now we can build a soldering bench and we can make our own electronics, which we will do. I've been breaking down ships, which is another easy way to get electronics. Like this is the best way to do it. This is why I unlocked the second tier of scavenging so that we can break down the ships even further. And we're going to do this one next. And you can see we've got lots of ships left to sort of break down, which is great. So we should be able to get more and more electronics. Ken is idling. All right, so let's build this soldering bench. I guess we're just going to build it here. A little jazz today. I figured I'd mix it up. Someone made a comment that said, "Not everyone wants to listen to classical all day long." And I said, "What's wrong with people?" Hi, I'm Pete. For those of you that have not played Grounded, I think fantastic game, by the way. I kind of petered out towards the end, but
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete.
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete. The voice acting and voice lines in the game are fantastic. Not just that one with Peter, which is the guy I played, but I mean, all of them have like really great stuff. And even during the game, I was watching some video this morning as I was trying to find that, and like all the different things they say, and then of course like the whole science thing. Science. Just great. Voice acting, gameplay, art design. It's a tight game. It's a tight game. All right, everyone's sleeping. We're building this. Like, I want to sort out some more food stuff. Like, I honestly feel like hunting these guys might be a good idea. And maybe that's what we'll send. Maybe we send Ken and Connor when they wake up on a little hunting mission to slaughter a bunch of animals. Our food situation is we have a lot of grain. We actually have... Oh my God. Then I actually was... like, I'm not even playing the game, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. There it is. There's the wolf redeem you wanted. There it is. Hey Molly, thanks for the resub. 2 months. You've been we're at 2 months. Holy crap. Wait, wasn't there supposed to be something for that? Well, that didn't work. Maybe there's not a re-up thing for the 2 months. Well, thank you anyway. Let me make a note on why that's not working, right? Did you enjoy the new wolf thing? Oh, I did this too. If you do exclamation hype. 2 month re-up. Notice. Huh? Wee. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I was trying to get, so this morning I was like, okay, I need to get the wolves to attack me, and I have a creative build that I do all my filming for YouTube in, and I actually have like a walled off room that I spawn animals in, like take pictures and use graphics and all this stuff with them or whatever I need. The bears, it was easy to get the noise because you just drop a couple of sheep in there and they'll attack the bears and make all the noise. The wolves need to attack you, and of course I have it on creative and they don't attack me. So I spawned the wolves. I'm like, I couldn't figure out how to, that's not good. Ember, what's going on, huh? Pal? All right, let's get her to play some darts. She's gonna break down on us. I couldn't figure out how to get the wolves to make the noise, and then I was like, oh wait. And so I went to another older save I have. I spawned to... I've read how CPU cores are produced. I think that it should be possible to research them without a sample. You didn't remember this earlier? Sweet. I spawned 2 wolves in behind a wall, and then they just stood there trying to eat me through the wall, and that's when I took a bunch of good audio and then put that together. That worked. I was like not even playing the game, I'm scared. So when we're playing Vintage Story next week, I'm gonna jump. Oh, I've got a good, like, I know we're not playing Vintage Story, but I got a good Vintage Story. I was playing Vintage Story on our server that we host with our dear friend Molly Berry. You can join us. You just have to join you have to either join her Patreon or my Kofi, and you can join us. And I was playing, and a bear killed me, and I didn't think it was real. I thought someone was just playing the sound alert, but it was really a bear in the game killing me. All right, let's do this. Let's take Ken. Yeah, Ven, it was pretty funny. I like looked up at the screen like, wait, who's playing the, nope, that's a bear killing me. And it was so brutal because I was running in the dark back to my base. And it was one of those bear attacks where like I didn't hear him, I didn't see him, and he just jumped out and ate me instantly. All right, let's draft Ken and let's draft Connor. And let's get them to do. So when I'm fighting or hunting, you can tell them just to hunt, but because this is a pretty large herd, pretty large herd. Ooh, we got a mech core. Cool. Very nice. Light mechs. That's right, there's mechs now. So this is just from us scavenging. Scavenge. So important. Oh man, Ember has pneumonia. That's not good. Yeah, I know. So when there's a large herd like this, much like in RimWorld, when you attack one thing, it could send all of them. So if you've got 2 people, it's less likely to... It'll be faster, number 1. And number 2, when the herd turns on you, you can do more damage. Now watch, the herd won't turn this time, right? Whoa, we like hit a bird by accident. That was great. I love just how much they're missing. He's got like a stun gun. That's what that little stunning means. He's missing. This also like levels them up a little bit on combat, which is good, right? Oh, guys, don't run into the trees. I can't see shit. This is really close. Oh, we killed a bug too. Yikes. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll undraft them, and then what we're gonna do is just say, hey, let's butcher all the things we just killed. So more meat. And remember, we need to butcher these things pretty quickly, because if we don't, the birds will come. Like, you can already see this bird right here. Look at, he's like, see, the birds will come and they'll just eat. They're like, oh, there's fresh food, so they're gonna eat half that away. Which sucks, but not a lot we can do about it. That's the safe way to hunt. You can also just tell them, go and hunt, right? You can kill the birds, absolutely. But the problem is that most of the time they'll fly away, or they'll fly, yeah, most of them are just gonna fly away as soon as you get close. Look at them going to town on it. You can see like eating, but it'll be okay. We'll have enough. This is like enough meat, right? We're not as dire on food as I thought. We'll be fine. Except for all of this pneumonia that's happening. And this must be because they don't have enough jackets or something. I don't know. I guess there's a chance one of them will die. Yay. And we've got meds. And then let's just make sure that, no, it's activities. Let's just make sure that so everyone can heal. So that's another big failure, is that like if you don't have people that can heal and everyone gets sick, right? Like you're just like, what the heck? All right, we unlocked solar panels, so we're gonna build one of those. And wind turbines is next. I'm trying to think what we should do after that. Improved solar panels is sweet. Well, a few basic materials like minimum bars. However, instead of using water, using soil to grow our plants. This is really cool. Hydroponics, a refrigerator, energy storage. I think this is next. So we've got a battery. CPU assembly, nanoprint, coffee, always important. I think that's a good start on like at least getting electricity rolling. We're gonna need more CPUs. And they tore down this one here, so we need to scavenge a little bit more. We need to scavenge a bit more. I'm drinking cold tea today, and it's fantastic. I have an Elgato Wave 3 mic that I bought a couple months ago, and it's been fantastic. I'm really happy with it. And you can mute the mic by pressing the top of it. And I was like, oh, I probably won't use that much. It seems a little awkward, but I've gotten really used to it, and it's quite a handy feature. Thanks, Elgato. Justin, good morning. How is your Sunday? How are you doing? What is new? Reminds me of the birds in Raft always eating my crops. Then I'll tell you what, that then the noise they make, right, when they're like eating, or when you finally put up a dummy or whatever, like a scarecrow, and they're attacking the scarecrow. I got pretty good at killing the birds in Raft, and I remember my first, like the first time you could I really realized you could like capture the birds and kill them and eat them. I was like, holy, I think I played an entire time through in the early access and never killed a bird. And then like my third time playing through, I was like, wait a minute, what? We could have been killing birds the whole time? Come on. All right, so you can see they're going to bring in a bunch of leather too, which is great. And we built a bigger drying rack here, so we can dry huge amounts. A second I thought I had computer issues, then I realized muted the tab last night to lurk on a friend trying to get affiliate. Yeah, I've done that. Justin. Then you didn't get very far. I loved Raft. I love Raft. I don't know about the end game in Raft. I got a little grumpy, but that's not surprising. But the beginning of Raft for me, it's my kind of game where it's like, here's a plank, you're standing on it, good luck. Right? It's so much fun. Yeah, I'm telling you, killing the birds is gratifying. You build a bird's nest, right, with some feathers, I think. And then they land on that, and then you get pretty good at like hitting them with a spike, and then I think you hitting with the arrows. Oh, it's hugely gratifying. Risk of meltdown, Han. All right, well, he's eating. Crushingly unhappy, could develop meltdown at any moment. All right, let's get him to play some darts. Come on, man. Keep it together. Burnt out. Hey, we're all a little burnt out. All right, so now he's down to stressed out. Creature comfort is +5 because he's inside. It's funny that the acronym for this game is SAD, right? Stranded Alien Dawn. And we talked about this a lot in that first playthrough, right? Is that you deal a lot with them being like sad. Oh, the giant birds. Okay, Ven, never mind. The giant birds are awful. Awful, awful, awful. The little birds are fun. Yeah, I got so bad that like we would get to Molly and I play together, and we'd get to the island. I'd be like, okay, Molly, she's like amazing at killing these things. She hits them every single time. She never gets hit by them. She's like singing a lullaby to them while she's killing them. Meanwhile, I go to the island. The big bird hits me every single time, and I almost always die. You are the bird killing champ. You should have done a video where it's just you killing the bird over and over and over again. Why didn't Hans sleep? It said he was tired. All right, hold on. Let's send him to bed. Right? Like he's tired and he like won't sleep. Like, dude, go to bed. Wind turbines, solar panels. All right, everything's unlocking at a much faster rate than I was originally thinking. So this is all very good. Now we need to decide where we're going to build these things. So if we look under power, we can see we've got power poles, solar panels, wind turbines, diesel generators, which we've had, power cells, which are another way of powering things. You have to build cells, a switch so we can turn on and off things, and then another lightning rod. The switch is pretty cool, and I don't remember like, I use the switch to power the generator on and off when I'm in a like, oh no, we don't have enough power. So let's build a diesel generator first, and we need to decide where we're going to put that. And I'm thinking we don't want to put it in farmland. So let's look. I think a good way to do this, right? Like, this is obviously pretty shitty. This is pretty awful. Maybe this is like we can't build crops here. So maybe this is where we build our power area. Let's see if we can build here. So we're going to do some shelters. And maybe we'll actually build the shelters out of metal. Now it looks like we can build them here. So let's see, where do I want to put this? Maybe right. This music is hilarious. I'm going to say no to that. All right, let's put one there. Because the generator needs to be covered. And then we're going to put one there. And now we're going to build some power lines to bring the power. So we've built a shelter and a diesel engine to start. And then power poles, they just take wood and metal alloy. We've got 146 metal alloy, sorry. We are continuing to make metal alloy here. I have it stuck at 50. Maybe we'll take this up to 150 to get it to make a lot more. We're about to like use a bunch of metal alloy, right? All right. So we can do metal power poles. That's fancy. So if we look here, we can see it's a little, do you see that little, there's like a little white line that shows us what's going on. And that's just going to tell us where the power pole is going to extend to. Now we can see that the power pole has little lines on it. And I'm always like, oh, I'm going to do them so pretty this time. All right, this is actually decent. And then we'll come to the end here. All right, because what we're going to try to power is we need to power this, and we're going to change this over to an electric stove. So we want to power these two things first. Plus there's going to be a bunch of refrigerators and stuff in here. So I think that's a good start of our power grid. And of course we're going to run power poles over here too, because we're going to put electric heat in all of the rooms. And I would suggest that you always start with the diesel generator, just because it's not always going to be windy. It's not always going to be solary. It's not always going to be sunny. And battery technology we don't have it yet, so we need a constant source of power. And it's not so important at this exact moment, but once we get the refrigerators going and the heaters going, like those things need to keep going, especially the refrigerator, because you'll lose all the food you're storing, which makes sense, right? All right, and I'm thinking the smart move is probably to build maybe another one of these shelters and maybe store the fuel over here. Yeah. So that they don't have to run here to here, here to here. Remember, the big part of this is like, don't make them run all over town just because it'll save you all sorts of time. Let's see. So we can store liquid fuel on these storage shelves. So maybe let's build, I don't know, what do we think? Storage shelves, wooden. I can't. Oh, why can't I go? Oh, I can't go this way because it's like uneven terrain. We're like right up against it. Boo! All right. Well, we're gonna do 2 of them right there. All right, now the generator is going. I'm gonna pause it a second. And we can see there's cool stuff like control circuit. Connect this to another control circuit. There's control circuits that tell it, hey, like when we unlock them, if I remember this right, you can do like, hey, during this time, turn this on. So like during peak times, right? We know during the middle of the day when everyone's working, we need more power. We may have to offset it. You can also just turn off the generator saying, hey, stop running this because we're wasting it. You can see it's got 20 fuel and it's going to last 1 day and 22 hours. It's supplying 50 sparks, 50 pieces of electricity. You can also tell it to refuel and not refuel. And so now as it comes online here and we connect this other power pole, we should be in good shape to get started. This thing's going to consume 10 and it's the only thing we have for power. So this one generator will power everything we need for the time being. All right. I'm not going. So let's look at a solar panel takes scrap metal and 2 electronics, and a wind turbine takes stuff we have. And it generates, so we can see like this one generates 50, produces 50. The wind turbine produces 40, and the solar panel produces 20. So I think we build one of these guys here. And then I'm wondering, do we need another pole? I'm going to build a pole here just to be sure. I was worried it was going to take a little while to like ramp it up, but it's we're ramped up pretty quickly. You can see we have 217 raw meat. Now, the good thing about it's really cold, so the food will rot at a lot slower rate. He's still transporting wood from where we were cutting it down, remember? All right, he's constructing the other part of the shelter. And I almost feel like I want to turn this off for a minute because like we're not even using the power yet. How much fuel do we have? Boy, man, everyone's getting sick. This winter has not been kind to them. Mom. Where is it gonna tell us? Where do we think? Stone, metal, clothes and fabric. Oh, it's right here under crafting materials. So we have 590 liters of liquid fuel. So that's a pretty good amount. Pretty good amount. All right. So, and we have enough. We have 80 med kits. I don't think we're not to the point where we can actually make med kits yet. Boom, 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 boom. We can make bandages. That's not really helpful, huh? Probably need to unlock that. We're working on batteries right now. Let's look at research. Batteries. Oh, hey, wait. I love it. I was doing something. For some time now, I've been experiencing slight muscle tremors, headaches, confusion, and decreased attention span. Was this me? I ruled out all the treatable causes, but brain parasites. I could mix and inject poison to try to kill the parasites, but there's a slight chance of me getting permanent brain damage. Oh my God. What kind of decision is this? Why are you asking me, lady? Ember, you got to do this on your own. We do it, right? It requires a bed. Medicines may be required for treatment. You can order. So wait, did it work? Possible brain parasites. Oh, so wait. Unpower soldering bench, we know. Oh, we haven't done it yet. So who's gonna do it? Ken. I don't know if Ken's the right choice for this personally. This is the guy who like gets excited by the sight of blood, right? Hi, I'll be your surgeon today. My name's Ken. My hobbies are I love to watch things die and bleed. Okay, lay back. Let's go ahead and start this operation. Come on, Ken. Okay. She doesn't have brain parasites anymore. It worked. It worked. Ken, making a snowman. Do you want to make a snowman? You got it, Ken. You got it. How is he at a risk of meltdown? He's at a risk of meltdown and he's making a snowman? Oh my god, these jokes make themselves over here, folks. Oh my gosh, making a snowman plus 18. Now he's gonna have a snowball fight? What is going on? Man, he's just fucking up on. Oh, that's great. Plus 18 for snowball fight. Can we make him now play already relaxed? All right, good luck. Ember has hypothermia. Okay, maybe repairing the target practice is not something you should be doing. Ember, can you just... She's like freezing to death. I don't know how to make her like go indoors, right? Is she just, are her clothes just a mess? She doesn't have a jacket. Okay, what's going on here? There's a tailoring bench, right? There's two jackets in stock. What are you doing? Ember. Oh my god. Go get a jacket on. That is too funny. Is anybody else not wearing a jacket? He's got a shitty one. He's got a shitty one. All right, let's get him to equip a jacket too. Hilarious. Hilarious. They're like, I'm freezing. All right, now they'll make 2 more jackets. Sorry, Ember. I mean, there was 2 jackets in the wardrobe. I guess they don't go and get them themselves. Did that fix her? Yeah, I don't know. All right, how we doing? How we doing over here? And like, okay, look at this. The windmill's going. It's generating 20 of 40 potential. All right, so then let's tell these racks here that deselect all, and we want to hold liquid fuel here, right? And then let's come over here to these guys and say, hey, no to liquid fuel, no to liquid fuel, and then these ones also, no to liquid fuel. And now they'll move all of that liquid fuel next to the generator so that when it needs to, they just need to walk pretty much one place. I cannot stress, I didn't really think a lot about this when I first played the first playthrough of this game, and I can't stress enough, like, try to get stuff next to what you're doing so that the walking, you'll learn this because you'll see them walk halfway across the map to get something, then to come to something else to make it, and then have to go and rest, and you're like, wait, what? Yeah. Maybe we should do this as well, which is a lightning rod to protect all of this highbrow equipment. I think right here, so that it doesn't strike the generator and blow it up, like right in the middle of like a hurricane or something. And trust me, that'll happen. It won't destroy it, I don't think, but I know that it does damage it and it'll stop it from working. And the game knows, right? It's like, oh, you want to keep everyone warm, or you're like right in the middle of something really important. Oh, like firing guns. I think guns take electricity and stuff. So like, it'll just be like, knock all your power grid off. All right, so he's tailoring. Let's talk about. So she's also needs like a shirt and pants. Let's have her put on a shirt. That will help with her like coldness, right? And also trousers. You're not done yet. And we'll also have her put a beanie on. All right, good. Now she's in much better shape. She can be outside at -7. All right, and so everybody else needs to go through this process. I just thought they would pick up. And then I'm just right-clicking on these two, and someone will come by and tear down these old things, and we'll get back some of the ingredients, some of the mats from that. And so this process is nonstop and ongoing. We talked a little bit about this on the Reddit thread I was in, is that like it never stops. But I feel like I've done it so much and I have a handle on it, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, okay, this is just what needs to be done, right? Boom, Ken is idle. All right, let's have Ken build us a solar panel. And I'm gonna put it, because I think we may have to build another shed right here. So I'm gonna put it like if this is, so the shed looks to be 3, so let's put it here. And we're 53% through the battery. And we have 26 electronics to go through. We're gonna need some CPU cores, I think, at some point, but. All right, looks like we've reset some traps out here. We're ready for the next bug attack is coming. Connor's throwing up, that's always fun. Connor, the amount of stuff you just throw up on the ground. Oh, that's just scrap metal he dropped. Nice. All right, now we can see that they've moved all of the, no, they've moved, you can see that they've moved none of the fuel I asked them to move. Oh, wait, they moved it inside. They'll move it to the closest possible place. So we need to turn off fuel here, and the fuel's already turned off there. So now they'll pick it all up from here and move it over there, right? It's hilarious. What's the temperature inside? Indoors 14, outdoor 0. How are these rooms holding up? 12, 6, 7, 12. So that's not bad. Remember, we only put a heater in the 2 rooms, and then we put vents that are venting the heat throughout the entire building. It's a cheaper way because we're burning wood, and like I don't think it's actually necessary. Like we probably have enough that we can put one of these in each room, but I like to test the limits, or whatever. Connor, illness, pneumonia. What's going on with him? He's probably not wearing a jacket. Yeah, I mean, he's wearing a jacket, but he needs like new clothes otherwise. All right, Ken doesn't have a jacket on. Do we build? We don't have a new jacket yet. Let's change out his shirt though. Yeah, you gotta get them to get some jackets, right? And I have it. I'm always like, oh, 2's enough. But like, I think keeping 2 in stock at all times will be fine, except for in the very beginning. We talked about this a little bit last week. In the very beginning, you have to replace everyone's clothing all at once really fast. And so it's almost like maybe put 3 or 4 in stock. It doesn't matter at this point. We're so far behind. Taking a walk. Yeah, it's great. At least he's got a jacket. At least he's got a jacket on, right? Well, I hope everyone's having a nice Sunday. For those Americans, it's a long weekend, right? It's the start of the summer. It's Memorial Day weekend. And I've lived outside of America for quite some time now, and my first year here, like all those little holidays that were so important and meant so much, like it was always sort of a bummer. I was living alone too. My partner wasn't around yet. We were living apart, and it was tough. It was always tough for me. But as I've spent more and more time away, yeah, and also, you know, Molly's hanging about, like, you don't, like, because it's not happening here, like, it's not part of your, especially when I was, you know, working a regular job, like, you just don't even think about it anymore until you end up talking to someone in America and they're like, oh, we got a long weekend. It's totally cool. But there's a part of me that does miss like that long weekend feel, and everyone's off and everyone's in a good mood and things are, you know, there's special events happening and you can go do cool stuff. Like, I like that part of it. They have that here in Denmark. I don't, you know, I didn't grow up here, so I don't have any of those traditions, right? Like there's like a holiday every other weekend, but I don't know what they are or I don't go to them. So all right, so as you can see, the electricity is not that hard, but I will add this caveat, which is I also was collecting electronics and I was making steel alloy, metal alloy beforehand. So that made the setup and run of electricity a whole heck of a lot faster, because you could have got here and been like, oh, we need to do this and we don't have any of these things that we need to do to make them unlock faster or be able to build them. We can unlock them with research, but then we need these components. And so this is another one of those things where I've played the game a number of times. And so like, I know what I need when electricity comes. And so I started sort of hoarding that stuff early on or looking for it. And so that when we got to say here, we'd be like, okay, now we can go out there and build. I got a little pre-knowledge, huh? Hey, Mod. How are you? How's the Sunday? What's new? What's new? One of my favorite weekend streamers, she's Scottish, and she always asks like, what have you been playing? What have you been playing recently? And I thought to myself, like, it's a great conversation starter for Twitch and for gamers, right? Like, what have you been up to? What have you been playing? And I'm gonna steal that from her, I think. Like, Mod, what have you been playing? What are you playing today? What are your playing plans? Do you have plans to play a game today? I'm playing Alien Stranded Dawn. And then I'm probably going to play, and I know most of you are going to find this really surprising, Vintage Story on the server. Hey, what's up, man? How are you? I've been lurking your streams. Been enjoying watching you build and play the old VS. Someone commented on one of my YouTube videos that I made about VS this week, and was like, pretty much like, it's such a hidden gem of a game, Vintage Story. And I was like, it really is. I feel like it's just like this really small community of people that, like, when you know, right? Like, you know, like, it's such a great game. And Molly was saying a couple days ago, she's like, you know, all these people are now playing this, Drex, because you're playing it. I was like, get out of here. Isn't that crazy to think? And I'm only playing it because somebody else was like, do you want to try a little bit? Do you want to try just a little bit of this Vintage Story? And I'm like, sure, I can quit anytime, right? I'll try. Come on. Doing well. Died yesterday during my Iron Man run. No! How far did it put you, 8? How far away? Start over, right? I mean, at that point. All good. And you, Mod, just got something to open up electronics to clean them and play some. All right, cool. Cleaning electronics. Oof, okay. Yeah, picked up as a streamer. Yeah, watching somebody else. And it's funny because, like, the streamer that I was watching, he hasn't played it since, and that was like 2 months ago. I think he was just like in for he has a pretty set schedule, but he bounces from games to game, and yeah, I just happened to be watching VS all the way recently. Just got into fall, and well, I've been looking for sulfur and found tons of it. Oh, nice. I haven't found a lot of sulfur. I had another Drax moment on the server also a couple days ago, where I was doing the thing where I was running. I fell down a huge hole, and a little hidden room was down at the bottom, and I found tapestries and I found torch holders for the very first time, so you can put torches in and they don't burn out. It was a rare moment for me. Another rare moment. I was like, you know, when you're like falling down the long hole and you're like, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Oh, oh, and then you hit the bottom and you don't die, and you're like, oh, thank God. And then you like look around, and you're like, well, maybe there's something down here. And like, sure enough, it's a cool room. I couldn't go back to the bases, but hold off from returning to base until I have equal or better technology. So flint tools and copper nugs for me right now. I really like this Iron Man idea. Really, really do. All right, so I've got them scavenging this bigger ship down here. Basically what we've been talking about. Which is, we're just trying to get CPUs, electronics, like just the stuff that we have to make easy out of these things. Hey, energy storage. All right, we unlocked batteries. I randomly found ultra high nickel, just so random in a spot. Man, that's another thing I've never even heard of. That's really cool, mod. This game looks cool. You know, mod, it is cool. It is cool. And I was talking a little bit, like I posted one of my videos on Reddit, and then it sparked like a whole conversation about the game and whether it's shallow version of RimWorld, whether it's this or whether it's that. And I was saying that like it's $35, which now that I think about, like, maybe it is a little pricey, but you can get it on sale. You know, the big Steam sale's coming up. It'll be on sale then. It's been on sale many times. And I played about 35, 40 hours. So that's like a good time for me. I've really enjoyed it. I've been playing it since early access. But I think that like, it's beautiful. The UI is great. The gameplay loop is bad. Does it have some problems in the end game? Sure. But like, there's a bunch of different scenarios now, and there's a bunch of different ways to play the game. And so like, the developer has put a lot of time and energy, and they continue to add patches. You can play it so many different ways. Very, very easy, creative, all the way to like super hard. And so like, there's just lots and lots of things to do. Yeah, it's got some survival stuff. All right, so we built a solar panel, and you can see it says outside of working orders because it's nighttime. But it's going to produce 20. You can see we've got batteries here, but we need CPU cores. Drax. Hey, Beard, what's up? Welcome in. How's your Sunday? So we've got batteries, but we need CPU cores. So this will make it easy probably for our next researching mission, which will be CPU cores. And we have enough to build those. So I think we'll do that. And then we're gonna need med packs. We need to produce a bandage, and we need to do antibiotics. So let's put antibiotics next. And then let's have someone make a bandage. Right? However the heck we do that. Craft. Let's make until we have 5. Good morning. Sunday's going well. Farmed up a load of legendary weapons in Conan. I have coffee and a banana and a nut muffin. Man, that sounds that sounds like the perfect Sunday start, to tell you the truth. Man. I want more coffee. Yeah, maybe later. I keep missing you in on the server. I played on and off yesterday, and then I went to bed early last night at like midnight. I'm like, I'm going to bed early because I got up early and I was really tired, so I didn't log back on. But I feel like we've got, like, for being winter, we've got it pretty under control. I logged in this morning for a little while and got some more food, and I see you guys have started some more leather, which is great. And yeah, it's good. It's good. How's Stranded? It's good. Stranded is solid. We're working on building our electrical grid today. So we've sort of got to start, got ourselves a windmill, the first solar panel, a little diesel generator with a bunch of diesel fuel next to it. It's winter here as well. And then things to remember when you're playing too, right? Like, make sure you've got this, make sure you've got plenty of wood, because everything you're doing right now is based on wood. Cooking, heating, it's all wood based. And so if you run out of wood midwinter, yeah, Beard, I saw that you've got a bunch of a bunch of really cool tools going on. I've been finding, I've been running like an idiot in the wintertime in Vintage Story on the server. I've been running and killing stuff and finding more. I found a bunch more copper to pull out of the ground too. I guess which is to say, like, if you actually, if you throw me if you happen upon another pickaxe, that'd be wonderful. Lobster actually came on for a bit last night too. Well, Lobster, and sure, he was like, I would like to start making clothes now, please. Nice. All right, everyone's sleeping, and so this is a soldering bench. If we hit craft here, we can build electronics. We still have 24. We'll start building electronics. And maybe we just tell it, hey, build until we have 20. So it won't start building them yet because we have 24. Because what we're gonna need electronics to build CPU cores, which is the next one. So we don't want to run out. And this is just silicon and metal ore. And remember, we made these little guys here. This is a silicon plant. And so when they get harvested, they pull silicon. So you should, this is Drax doing a little pre-planning. I planted these, even though we didn't have a use for them yet, knowing that we would need them. And we could also, remember, I think we left some in the wild here, so we can also harvest these when the time comes. He was badgering me about the dyes. Yeah, he just needs to set up a dye hut. I feel like Lobster comes in and he's like, throws back his hair and he's like, okay, I am ready to do some work. Where is my area? Please set it up. Let's go. In the most lovable way possible. Picks are next on my menu after I make a few more molds for better mass production. Perfect. Thank you. 8. Laugh out loud. I'll have some always stuck in my head for the rest of the morning. However, it is not a complaint. Yeah. Fashion. All right. I think I want to replace the cook station too. Like, do we turn this back on? And then let's copy this. Oh, wait. Can I copy what's being made in it? That would be nice, huh? I can't. All right, we're making veggie soup, meat soup, and green porridge. So let's pull this and make an electric one. What's the difference? Bandages. Hooray. All right. Production. Let's see. So I think is the only difference is what it consumes. Right? So like that's a tough one. Maybe it cooks faster? Cook stove. El cook stove. Oh, electronic. I was thinking it was like Spanish. El cook stove. He logged in right as I was sleeping, trying to pass a temporal storm. Did he help you fight him off? So like it's tough because like we're burning sticks to make food and like we have 1,000 sticks. So other than he has to like go and get the sticks and put them into the stove every time. I mean, we're going to make an electric stove. Let's make an electric stove. Stop talking about it and just do it. Let's deconstruct. Thankfully, passing it worked. Only had to deal with one nightmare drifter. God, those drifters, man. All right, and then we're going to say production, and we're going to put it in the exact same spot? Sure. All right, and now we're producing a bunch. Because everything else is running too, like this guy's running. I would imagine that there's something that's telling us how much overall, I can't remember where it is, how much overall electricity we're producing in any given minute of any given day. Oh, Ember is idling. Wait, why are they idling? Why aren't they doing the research? Oh, because Ken's researching. All right, so we have 2 idle. Idle hands. Doesn't work in the devil. Let's do this. Let's build another. Oh, we can build a battery. It's the low battery sensor that we can't do. Oh, so yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Sorry about that. So let's build a battery. And then there's this low battery sensor. And what we can do with this is that when the battery gets low, we can connect this sensor to the generator. And so the generator will kick on when the battery gets to a certain level. So in other words, we can run the solar panel and the wind turbine, and they can power everything. And they'll power up the battery, and if we have enough batteries to make it through the night, and then they'll come on in the morning. And then if they don't, then we can tell the generator, hey, click on. So that's what we need the CPU core for. In the meantime, we can build a couple batteries. And oh, good, it's gonna let us put them here. So let's put 2 down, and they are not really covered. Drax, what? Hold on, let's rethink this. I can't remember, but there's something about it that says don't let it be outside. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. And are we still scavenging? Yeah. So how much longer? Oh, lots of time. Come on, Lara with 3 A's. Maybe I need some more A's in my name. Drax. Hey, there was another power core out of there. Still a ton of meat. Still a good amount of food. Like, we're not eating as much food as I thought we would. Not eating as much food. Hey, I'm gonna run an ad to take these pre-rolls off. So if you have a sub or Twitch Turbo, you're not going to see the ad. If you don't, then you'll see the ad. And you know the way to get rid of the ad? You can
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete.
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete. All right, I'm going to run an ad, but I'm going to keep going.
Time to make the donuts.
No AFK for us. No AFK for us. Yeah, Beard. When I saw you say that in Molly's chat last night, I was like, wait, why don't we have a Pete channel point redemption? So, hi, my friends call me Pete. For those of you who don't know, that's from the game Grounded. It's the best part of the game, Grounded. Oh, it's a great game. All right. So did we build a battery? We did. And the batteries are pretty straightforward. You can see on top it's got a nice battery indicator. And you can see now why we want to build this really cool low battery sensor, because this thing's just running when it doesn't need to be, right? Like it's going to power this battery up, and what we need to do is just have this be our backup. We're going to get there. Oh, wait, you played a lot of Grounded prior to VS? Yeah? Yeah, it's a solid game. It surprised me. I got it in early access last year, or 2 years, or however long it was. And I was like, it's a lot of fun, and every patch got even better. And that's one of those games where they said they were going to do something, and they actually delivered on it. Like, it turned out really great. Oh, Ark. Oh, Ark. All right, I would like to knock on wood and say, you know, everyone's been taking care of themselves. And that no one's had a breakdown anytime soon. This thing needs to move. It's in a really bad space. We've got some room down here. But that's a lot. Let's, it's mostly firewood, right? Let's move this. Let's move it to like right. Maybe we move it out of the center. Trying to think, like everything uses firewood, right? Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's do this. We'll just do one for now, and then it's just ground storage, right? And then storage. And then we can move. We can just destroy this thing. Because what they're doing is like walking down here, then walking around here, then walking. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't like the pathing. All right, once they get that built, then we'll just destroy all this and have them empty it all out. And then this is 4, and we'll have 4 here, plus we've got 2 extra ones on the end. We'll still have a little bit of outdoor storage. And there's some stuff, as you might remember, that like wood, for instance, it can't be stored inside, and as long as it's under cover, like it'll never rot. So like put it under an easy shelter and it'll stay forever. It's also, the wood is actually also frozen. No one likes the frozen wood. Cold snap? Colder than it is now? Man, hold on. Does everyone have a jacket? Jacket. Her jacket's dead. He's not wearing a jacket. Do we make a jacket? Tell me we've got jackets. 1 jacket. Well, he needs it more than she does. So Laura's jacket's about to fall off her body. He doesn't have a jacket, and we only made 1. Hold on. We need to prioritize this shit, right? Jacket is the priority. Wait, it says there's 2 jackets in stock. Oh, there are. Wait. Okay, then you equip the other one. All right. Well, at least now everyone's wearing some form of jacket, right? Here he comes. Here he comes. Put a jacket on, buddy. It's cold out there. All right, sweet. All right, so basically, like, their starter clothes are falling off, or like rotting off their bodies. And I think, to be honest, I think they tweaked it a little bit. It doesn't seem as brutal as it did last year when I played this game. Like, it seemed like every 2 minutes, someone was like, hey, my clothes are done. I'm like, come on. All right. Oh, shit. I built this new electrical thing, but I didn't tell it, hey, this is what you need to build. So we were building grain porridge until we had 5, right? And then we're building veggie soup until we have 5. And also, we're going to build meat soup until we have 5. I don't think we can... Oh, we can make butter melon pie. That's some fun. Let's just build 10 of those and call it a day. Everything about Grounded was pretty solid, from game mechanics to VA to storyline. I had a lot of fun with it, but for some reason I just can't go back to it again. Yeah, I wondered what the replayability is like. I started, you know, with the new patches last year. Hypothermia, I got you a jacket, dude. With the patches last year, we did restart a number of times, and I liked the beginning start of it, but I feel like once you've played the storyline through and you've finished the game, like, could you... one of our friends was playing it on like hard mode, right, to play again, and I thought the newest bunch of patches was like, oh, it opened a bunch of cool stuff up, and I thought it might be fun. The very end game after the labs kind of is, yeah, that's the tough thing about that game, is that like if you make it past the story and you're done, and you're not just about battling bugs, then what is it? But then I would say, like, not every game needs to be endless and replayable. Like, if you're the studio, you want it that way because that means it's going to be like Project Zomboid, where you can literally keep playing it over and over and over and over and over again for the rest of your life, right? But then again, like, you know, what's the cost? $30, and you play it one or two times through, like, and I'm guessing 8. It sounds like you had a really good experience with it, so like, awesome, right? Like that's a win for everyone in my book. All right, let's tell it to empty and deconstruct, and that way it'll get rid of these guys here. Khan is gonna come out and he's gonna start that process. Old equipment, yeah, I'm aware. You need a t-shirt and some trousers. Do you really though? I mean, you got a jacket, so you're keeping, trousers maybe. Yeah, fantastic experience. I definitely got my money's worth. So they didn't really put out some amazing games. They really do. Yeah, after my last playthrough, like I didn't really have, I don't know, I just didn't, I was like, okay, I probably don't need to play this game again. But it's just, you go through, everyone goes through these phases, right? Where you think about a game, and like I was watching a streamer play RimWorld this morning. I was like, oh, and I was watching that exact same streamer play Oxygen Not Included yesterday morning, and I was like, oh man, I think it's time. I think it's time for another Oxygen Not Included. And I think RimWorld for sure. Oof, love that game. Love it. All right, now let's tell them to deconstruct these two. Now they can walk better walking. Walking made better. All right, so the cook stove is running again. I almost had a horrible thing happen, right? Like if you forget, I have them not eating any raw food right now, so they'll only eat cooked food, and I wasn't cooking any food. That's the kind of thing where like it catches up with me because like everyone starts starving, and I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand. All right, what are we working on here? Oh, we're working on CPU 1 day and 12 hours. And you can see now that the batteries are filling up. So that's good. Hey, buttermelon pie. I personally think we should build another one of these. Let's build 3 more. And as soon as we get a CPU core, we're going to put up the thing where we can turn that off. And then we'll be sort of self-sustaining for a bit because we're not really using a lot of electricity yet. I think we should deconstruct this wooden torch, and I think we should move into the modern age and maybe do something fun like a ceiling lamp. That is an incredibly bright ceiling lamp. Or we could do something on the wall. No, I think a ceiling lamp. Let's do a couple of them. Let's do one here, and then let's add some light for these poor bastards over here, right? And maybe we'll do, I don't know that if, let's see, let's do maybe in the dining room here and here, and we'll tell it to tear down this, because we're fueling these wood things. Plus everybody loves just, a good light show. We may have to build another power pole right here because I don't think it can reach. Yeah, let's put one right there. That's really good looking. Everyone's sleeping. Or we're due for another bug attack, right? All right, so they took down this entire building, and then we just relocated most of it here and a little bit in this new area. And then I think our next movement is to get these guys out of here and put some refrigerators and maybe make some kind of working building right here in the middle where we put all of the different workbenches so they can all be in their, their brain trust. The Brain Trust. The thing I like about this game too is it's in Vintage Story, and I love the game. There's not a lot of like idle time for you to just sort of chill out and watch things happen. Like if you're not doing something in Vintage Story, now granted there's a windmill and stuff like that, but for the most part, like you've got to be hunting, collecting, farming, mining, exploring, and I love that. But there's some times where I want a game like this, just like in RimWorld or Oxygen Not Included, where I'm just sort of the kingmaker, the man pulling the strings, right? Like it's a management game, right? I'm managing them and making them do it, and I love these kind of games. And there's something in my mind, it's like it's soothing for my brain, right? Like it's such a really great experience, especially when Han is having hypothermia. Yeah, I just love this kind of game. And I've talked about it a million times, right? The pause button in any of these games is just so good, not just for streaming, but even like, you know, when you're real life game playing, the phone rings or you're zoned out on watching a streamer or Molly's talking to you, right? You can just pause the game for a minute and there's no stress of things happening, right? We're cranking out tools for the smithy, yeah, right? Yeah, you've heated up all of the stuff and now there's no like pausing it. You have to like get at it, because if you don't, you'll have wasted resources. Ken, look at this guy finishing his previous meal. Thanks, Ken, for not wasting. All right, look at this. We have some real light in here. Nice. Nice. Let's see, did they get like a, hey, this is really cool. All right, so like they have light now. I don't know if they get like a boost for light, but it's nice. It's nice. Boom, boom. Was annoyed by Laura. So the only problem with Connor right now is snowball fight, punch the pole, ate a tasty meal. Nice. Creature comforts, likes the flooring. And this is another, this tab is another one of these things where I've played the game enough that like, my first time through, I didn't have this much plus going on. I was completely clueless as to, people were like melting down and breaking down and things are going sideways. And so two things are happening this playthrough. We're playing on easy, so it'd be enjoyable and we could watch and learn and understand how to play the game again. And two, like I have a bunch of prior knowledge to come in here and say, here's what we need to do. We need to make sure that like they've got their shit together. Wait, he's making fun of Laura because she has bad clothes. Well, here, we can give her some new pants. All right. And it appears that like making clothes is not high on people's lists. How are we doing on the like, well, we have lots of leather, so that's good. All right, so they've built a ton of these. We've got 4 of them. This guy's running. Our batteries are all full, but that's just because this thing's running nonstop. I spoke too soon, right? I'm like, no one's breaking down. Laura's on the risk of meltdown. Drax. I found a random 40-bit of copper someone left in a crucible the other day. Huh, I wonder who that could be, Beard. I don't know, I made like 240. And there was 40 left over. I was like, someone will use this at some point. Let me just leave this right here on the ground and just walk away slowly. All right, so that like sort of helped her, but didn't. Can she do something else to like, let's have her punch a pole. Punch a pole was annoyed by Connor ×2. Connor's such a shit.
Get cocky malls.
Oh, get cocky malls. Drax. Oh, so maybe the interior light
Cracks?
takes care of the it's dark debuff. Man, she just looks pissed. Yeah, look at that. So my question then, like, if you have a light in her room, can she sleep with it on? Can you imagine having like just a big light? Drinks. Drinks. All right, we really just need a CPU core. All right, he's transporting the last. So this thing's been totally scavenged out and we didn't get one. 60% left on that. Let's have them scavenge this one next, I think, because that one's the next closest. No, those are just rocks, Drakes. Those are just rocks. Making a snowman. What an interesting game mechanic too, right? Like, because it's cold and it's miserable and it's winter, right? This is a great way for the characters to get fun where there may not be a lot of fun, because he's gonna get plus 18 for building this snowman. Yeah. Ken, tell us about your time on the planet. Well, what I've really come to love is just making snowmen. I love making them. It makes me so happy. This is also the same Ken who likes to see things bleed. But he's got a soft side, right? Okay, so hold on. I have these new storage things out here, and what I just realized is that we should have copied the restrictions from this one and pasted them here, because they're storing food outside. Which right now is not a bad idea, because it actually will freeze. Chalkmen. Those are the same. No one would even know the difference. Like, far enough away, you're like, oh, it's a beautiful snowman. Yeah, just don't get close. You'll get the chalk all over your suit. All right. I was thinking like power might be a little bit more complicated, but it's just that easy, folks. It's just that easy. All right, we built a light. I can't stress enough. Like, build a lightning rod next to things that you give a shit about. Not connected to power. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's right. Because remember that these, when they get hit by lightning, that power goes into the battery. So make sure that you've got a power pole next to it, which then I'm guessing this one isn't connected to power either. So let's build a power pole there as well. Because that's where I want it. I guess I don't have a choice. It's either, that's my best option. Either that or it's just out in the open. I guess we'll put it there. That's fine. Yeah, they don't need a power pole to work, but if they get hit by lightning, that power, then it's free power. All right, everyone's pretty happy. Pretty happy. All right, they've already begun scavenging up here. Oh, good. We got more killer birds. Remember these guys from the very beginning? The computer respawns some new ones. And these are the ones that like slaughter every animal within a... They like slaughter all the animals and then don't really like pick up the carcasses. I wonder if that was one of the ones I originally killed and then just didn't... You know what? I don't have time for that. Don't go... Just let them be eaten by the bugs. Gotta focus here. Claim to be better at darts than Connor. Man, they're so petty. You guys are so petty. How about just everyone get along, right? We crash landed on a planet. Like, I wonder, like, I'm pretty true to life, right? Like, if we crash landed on a planet, like, the first part would just be like, we lived, holy shit. The second part would be like, okay, we've got like a base. And then it would slowly like devolve into like, well, I made better clothes than you did. I've always been better at darts than you. joked with Ember about weightlifting. This is really happening. They're talking. All right, so you can see Laura is making electronics now because we fell below the 20 limit that I set. So this is one of the good things about the crafting benches and about all the benches in general, right? Is that you can set, hey, once we get to this level, there was some game we were playing. What was it? Was it Plan B terraforming? Where I think it is, where I wanted them to set like a limit. Say, hey, listen, make them up until this point and then stop. But they didn't have that ability yet because it's like really early alpha. That game hasn't had an update in a while, by the way, which I'm hoping means that it's going to be like a big update. What is going on here? This food must be getting ready to rot. Yeah, it is. Look at shelf life, 24%. Which means I'm making probably too much food. Right? Do we just say... Let's say don't make any more butter pies. We're not eating what we have. The good thing about when we get the refrigerators, right, it'll help on that front. Yes, I know people are wearing rotting clothes. Looks like we have another jacket and some new trousers. Talk to me, people. Who needs pants? Connor does. Anybody need a jacket? I guess we could. Now let's let Han wear that one down a little bit more. Laura's sleeping. Connor's assembling. We're 83% to CPUs. Perfecto. Let's check some sports ball scores. Oh, good. This is the last day of the Premier League for those of you that are into that sort of thing. There's obviously Man City is at the top. They've won already, but there's some relegation battles happening today amongst some teams.
It's the hope that kills you.
It's the hope that kills you, Molly. That's for sure. I don't have to. None of my teams that I care about, none of them are in the relegation zones. That doesn't matter. Would you ever reveal I like seeing these things bleed to the people you crash landed with? Yeah, Vend, right? I see here on your CV, like it's on his CV, right? So he's like, hey, tell us a little bit about yourself. Sorry about that. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Ken. Well, I collect stamps. I've been married twice. I'm very proficient at combat, and I like to see things bleed. You're hired. Come on in. That's something you keep to yourself, right? And maybe that's something that came out like in a drunken night on the ship. Maybe we just have some inside knowledge. All right, Connor is idling, and I don't know why that is. Let's see what on our activities list here. Construct, mine, cooked, craft, tailor. Interesting. Oh, he was only idle for a second. All right, come on, research it out, Ken. Research it out. Han salvaging. He's got a jacket. Laura is now idle. Laura's idle. All right, let's just look through the things that we can be doing. Let's build another one of these. Obstructed access. Let's put it there. Let's not. Yeah, who cares? Let's put it there. We're churning out a bunch of alloy, and there's going to be another like boom where we're going to take a bunch of it, and so it would be better to have two of them just so we can get them pumping out faster. You also have to wonder about the recruiter and hiring manager that saw that on CV, and we're like, yep, this is the guy, right? 8. That's what I was thinking, right? Like there's no way he disclosed that. It came out, and that's how it just ends up on his CV. Or maybe, like they were just so desperate for people. They're like, well, you got to take the good with the bad. And as long as he doesn't kill anybody on the ship, we should be fine. I just came back into my room hearing things about married twice, and I thought you were being serious. Oh, sorry, Maud. No, we were talking about one of the one of the characters in the game. They have like pluses and minuses on their CVs. Where is it? Yeah, bloodlust, gains happiness when killing or observing death. Yeah, it's even worse than the blood part. Like that's off. You know, in all these games, they have like the pluses and the minuses. Like he's an experienced scavenger. He gets twice as much scrap when he's doing it. So you're like, oh, Ken's good. And then if you like look at his other pluses and minuses, he's like good with a gun. He's good with hunting. He's good with constructing. And so you're like, all right, well, what's your negative? And the negative would be like, he's disorganized, right? He's late often. No, his negative is he likes observing death. It's one of the worst ones too, right? Like occasionally improves combat, 25%. Yeah. Needs to relax twice as often. So Han just needs to like chill out more. Like he has a stomach like mine. He has like an ulcer, right? And then the reason everyone's always pissed off at Connor is because he occasionally intimidates others and makes them feel uneasy. He's just a dick. Like that is the nicest way of saying someone's a dick ever. Occasionally intimidates others, making them feel unease. Dick. Falling spaceship debris. Oh, we were right inside that. Oh, that's nice. Look at how much closer it is to the house. Love that. Destroyed shooting target. All right, well, Connor, with that personality of his, right? Too dark. All right, so we answered our question about the light, right? They don't, none of them like to be outdoors in the dark. And so the indoor lighting helps to like improve their mood or get rid of the debuff. Yeah, he's definitely, Connor's not someone you want to hang out with. Connor's someone you have a beer after work with, but you like don't invite them back to the house. Male or female. All right. I guess the question, like, I think we could probably switch over to electric heat too. I always keep a fireplace in the main area because I just think it's just so damn cool looking. New insect nest. Yikes. I like how it jumps like inside. It's pretty far from the house. So you can go and blow up the insect nests, and that like stops the amount of insects that are like attacking you. We're not going to make it to that. All right, we've almost got the CPU unlocked, and that's going to give us this low battery sensor, which is so important to just the overall efficiency of the electrical grid, because it stops you from burning fossil fuels, which are not renewable. And right now we've got it pretty easy because we're really only powering a few lights, a cooking station, and the soldering desk. But as soon as we start installing refrigerators, that shit's gonna change. So we're gonna do antibiotics next, and then I would say like, keeping food somewhat together in the winter is easy. Keeping food from rotting in the summer, not so much. Just gonna speed it up a little bit. All right, well, they're not complaining about how cold their bedrooms are, and like sleeping in 2-degree weather. No thanks. All right, so there's the CPU cores, and then let's do this. Craft. Wait, where do we build the CPU cores? I thought it would be the soldering bench. Oh, I was like watching Connor throw up. Well, that's interesting. New resource, CPU cores. Advanced processing units, reproduction, and advanced devices and weapons. Okay, cool. Where do you build it? It's not the crafting. It's got to be the soldering bench, right? A wooden bench, craft. Nope. 2 degrees Celsius. It's 2 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I'd much rather sleep in 2 degrees Celsius than Fahrenheit. Well, I don't know how to make them. Explain it to me. There must be some advanced researching desk? No. Must be some kind of advanced desk we're gonna need. Oh wait, it still says we haven't done them yet. 99. There we go. How did I get ahead of myself there? Oh, we found a CPU unit. Oh, hooray, hooray. That's hilarious. We scavenged one out and now we just unlocked them so we can make them. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. It's like the game knew. All right, so now we should be able to say we can craft CPU cores and we're going to say, hey, let's keep, I don't know, 5 and then let's make this. We need to put, let's take, whoops. Electronics needs to be above. So let's take this down to 15 and then let's take this down to 3. So here's what I've learned too, is that don't put CPU cores above electronics because CPU cores need electronics. So if you put them above and you don't have any electronics, then the bench just sits empty because they don't know what to do. They can't just suddenly go, oh, you know what? We need to make more electronics. So this order actually matters. So note to self when making CPU cores, keep electronics above it because you're going to need them to make the cores. All right. So now we have at least one core. So let's talk about putting in a low battery sensor, which I think we can put on the outside here. So let's put it there and have them build it. And has reached intellect 2. Excellent. We're almost through with winter too, by the way. You know, I didn't mind the jazz today. All right, cool. So it's built. So it's on active circuit 1. Now let's see if Drax can figure out how to do this. So if we say control circuit 1, then that's going to put it on the same circuit as this. And I don't think that worked. Active circuit 1, inactive circuit. Connect this device to another control unit. I don't remember exactly. We're going to figure this out. Don't you worry. Charging to 1. So it's charging to 1. I don't know. Let's just see if you put 2 and we change this to 2. These ones are not sitting on a circuit. Of course not. It's been too long since I did this. Oh! Hi, Soma. Thanks for the honk. Low battery sensor. So what we're trying to do is saying, hey, when it gets below 50%, you need to turn it on. Hi, how you doing? How's your Sunday? What's going on? So we want them to charge on 1. And we're saying this one needs to charge to 2, change to 2, change to none. Fucked if I know. Do. Hydrated, moisturized, coffee, games is oh man, that is a good Sunday. That is a good Sunday. Activates when the power stored in the grid is below a given threshold. When a sensor is active, it turns on the device in the active circuit. When inactive, it turns on the device in the inactive circuit. All right, read that slower. When the sensor is active, it turns on the device. So when it is active, it turns. When it is active, it turns on the devices in the active circuit. So this is on 1. So if it's active, then we want it to turn on the devices in 1. And when inactive, it turns on the devices in the inactive circuit. So that means the batteries need to be on 2? I don't know, man. I've had this figured out before in my life. Trust me. No devices in circuit 1. All right, well, that makes sense. No, wait, no devices. But when does the inactive become active? All right. Oh, okay, so let's change this to 1. That doesn't make any, let's say none here. Oh, hold on. Let's just say no devices in circuit 1. Connect this device to another control circuit. Wait, am I missing some piece that I should be doing here? When on, turns the device in an active circuit. When off, turns the device to an inactive. Oh, do I need to build one of these too? Oh, Drax. Just everyone look away from the screen right now. Requires a wall. All right, let's build this too and see if this is our problem. Maybe there's no way to switch it on and off. God, do we think I'm gonna need 2 of these? Hi, come on over. I like how they run. Yep, look at him. Get running. Just jogs over. Put some diesel fuel in there. Oh, it just turned off. Whoa. Something happened right there. He like flipped some switches and some crazy shit happened. All right. Boom, 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 boom. So now I'm not getting the little thing. Is this building logic gates? Yeah, God. Make my head spin. Is someone gonna come and build this switch? Oh, wait, was I paused? Do. Wait, does she... Oh, someone else is... Laura's just gonna stand there and someone else is gonna bring the alloy over? Yeah, funny. All right, so now we've got this switch. And this doesn't actually make it any better for me. Connect this device to another control circuit. So this one is control circuit 1. 1. When inactive, it turns the device in an inactive state. All right, that didn't do anything. But we... Do they have to keep coming over and switching the switches? Is that what's happening? Yeah. Hilarious. Hilarious. I'm really having a mind melt right now. Old equipment? Yeah, we're well aware they're wearing rags, right? Boom. All right, did he actually come over and do something? All right, so what we're trying to do is to get this thing to shut up, but Drax cannot for the fucking life of him figure out what the hell it is. So I want to turn on circuit 1 when it's active. This one's on circuit 1. And I want to select a circuit to be turned off, which I have no idea. And these can't be on any circuit. And it doesn't look like it happens automatically. I think they actually have to come over and personally like make the switch. Yeah, look at it's changing the switch. How annoying is that? Yeah, Soma, mind breaking. Like I'm about to just say, fuck this shit. I paused it again. I like when I pause it and this thing still runs. We don't want that. You can put your picks inside the mining bag. Oh, man. Is there a gatherer's bag? Like, I need that for like seeds and shit. That'd be amazing. Like when I'm out gathering food and man, I need to find out. Well, if you can't find them, I guess everyone's sleeping. All right, well, if I ever figure this out, we'll be all set. Otherwise, everything else seems to be running. The only thing we really need to do now is build a refrigerator, and that's... Here we go. Well, he switched it, but nothing happened. Oh, it worked. Oh my God. All right. So now the circuit's set to say, now it should work. So if, thanks, Smalls. All right. So now we have it set so that the circuit will tell the generator, hey, when these batteries, which are completely full now, get below 50%, then kick on this generator to fuel the whole place up. And it should be okay because we're not really using a whole lot of power right now, but you can see that it's off and we're not generating. So this is, and it's saying this control circuit has been deactivated. So this is the setup right here. This is the most basic of the electricity in this game, and that is, you've got some solar panels. We're gonna do a lot more of those. You've got some wind power. We could probably do some more of those. And then we've got one backup generator to start with multiple backup generators coming. And then we're storing some fuel over here. And then we've got power poles generating to the house. Right now we've just got some electric light and a soldering bench that's using electricity. But we could do something fun like heat. And as you can see, there's an electric heater here. And then we can put these in the room. So we could say one there, and then one there, and one there. And we're gonna need to run some power poles to them. And so I think we'll do is we'll come here, and we'll go here, and then we'll come all the way down to the end here. And you can see here too, this is another way the circuits will be useful, is that we can put all of the heaters on their own circuit. So we could say, hey, on circuit 10 is where the heaters are going to live. So that when the winter is over, we can do something like shut down all circuit 10 so that all the heaters will go off, because the last thing you want is to have the heaters blaring in the middle of the summer. The mining bags are great. I don't really carry any pickaxes in them. I'll generally carry a stack of pickaxe heads 4 and then partial stacks of 6 just to assemble a need. That's brilliant. Currently their specialist bags are a mod, but the bag system is planned to be reworked anyway. It's really smart. I've just found this game rewards my inherent laziness. Eight. I thought you were using some kind of. You had a bunch. Don't you have some? You have some kind of bag mod, right? We talked about this, and I don't remember. On Vintage Story. Oh, hold on. There's an animal attack Drax was not paying attention to. So it looks like they're already here. let's have someone close the gate. Wait. All right, draft you up. Get over there, dude. And then everybody else needs to like. They're already inside. They're coming. They're coming. Draft. Once again, like remember what I said the last time? I'm like, I need to be moving as soon as the alert happens. All right, let's get him to close that gate. All right, and then we'll bring him here. And then let's put Ken and Ember running next to each other. Let's get Ken up there. Let's put Connor. Oh God, it's huge. It's gonna come right through the gate. No! Ember, come on, man. Look at the size of this thing. Yeah. It was just one, I guess. I mean, look at how gross this is. This is what I would be talking about if I was playing this game. If I was like one of these survivors, I wouldn't be like, hey, your clothes don't fit you. Hey, you don't work out enough. I'd be like, there are giant bugs coming to kill us. What are we doing? Like, always the threat of giant bugs. Please help us. Giant bugs are coming. Yeah, the modded pub was medieval fashion. It's full of super OP storage. Oh, I see. All right, so there was just one. And Han was the only one that got hurt. So let's... And then we'll butcher this giant thing. So we're a little like we could have been a little bit more on top of it. He did take some damage on one trap, but it was so big it didn't hurt him. Oh man. All right, let's reopen this gate. All right, that they have reworked the bug attacks, by the way, because I could swear by like this time in the game last year, like it was like waves and waves of them. Nothing like watching Connor do the dirty work covered in blue blood. All right, that thing gave us 49 insect meat. Yeah, I'm telling you, Beard, it was the big turnoff for me. And then I turned off the bug raids and it was really enjoyable. And so far it seems like maybe it's a little bit more balanced. Remember, I'm playing on easy, so I'm more of a base builder than a tower defense builder. So, well, Beard, so far it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So you can see we're generating enough electricity to like keep both batteries. We could have just probably had one battery to start. Han got fuckered up, man. A deep slash in his torso. Yeah. To be honest, Beard, I always felt like the tower defense stuff was like they played an original version of the game without it, and they were like, it's not challenging enough. What are we going to do? And somebody in the back of the room was like, how about some tower defense? We could have the bugs like charge the base the whole time. And everyone's like, how hard would that be to implement? And the engineers were like, no, wouldn't be hard at all. We could totally do that. And so they're like, okay, tower defense it is. I don't know if that's probably awful. They probably always a core part of the game. I don't want to offend the developers. Like, it's not my thing. And I'm sure there's lots of people that really enjoy that. I know it's a very popular genre, but it always kind of feels like Ken has reached crafting 4. Hello, Ken. All right. What else did we... Sounds like we unlocked something. Oh, fermenting barrels. We can ferment some stuff. Molly, fermenting. Oh, she's AFK. Oh, she's AFK. To be honest, from here, there's only a couple of things that are like left to sort of do in the game, which is make the base bigger, add in some refrigeration for food, refrigeration freezing, which is great. And then there's an exploring element of the game also that I don't know that we're going to get to. I'm going to shift games next week. So maybe we'll come back and play some more Stranded Alien Deep in the future. But I've done 3 weeks of this, and I think it's more than enough for everyone to kind of get a feel for the game and to see what it's about. And today I really wanted to talk about electricity and building electricity. And I think that we have done a pretty fair shot of that. So let's take a little screenshot of our... Whoops, can we take that off? Oh, look at that. Oh, look, that is nice, huh? I think it needs to... Ooh, was that just something screaming past in the... Yeah, I'm just taking some hot screenshots here. All right. Discharging. All right, good. Good. Do. Time to make some funos. See what other weird shit Conrad will admit to. Yeah, right. Dungeon Defenders, Night of the Dead, etc. Yeah, Beard, you're way more than that to me. As soon as it says tower defense, most of the time it's like a hard pass for me. This game got me on that it was a 3D RimWorld. And I was like, 3D RimWorld, that sounds great. And I think early access, I paid a much lower price than the $35 price tag. And hey, they're having a snow fight. This is really happening. I mean, let's talk about, can you imagine if you had a snow fight like this for real? Like you're just standing there right next to each other. Man, they're just going to keep going at it. It's using combat mechanics, right? Like, it would be great if they got hurt. Like one of them starts getting bloodied. That's great. So good. So very good. So very good. These Sunday streams are really short, just a couple of hours. I play a different game than I do during the week on Sundays, and mostly it's to try something new or try something I've played before. I hadn't played this since it got released, and so I wanted to give it a fair shot. And then I usually do some Let's Play videos out of these, so it's also content for YouTube. And they're very much edited down from the 2 hours. The one that came out today is last week's. It's about defense, about building the wall. It's about 28 minutes long. It's really well cut together, if I do say so myself. Patting myself on the back over here. But yeah, I think next week we're going to play Kingdom Reborn, which is my first key given to me as a streamer. Pretty big accomplishment for me. So it's a free key. I just need to stream it. And I'm part of a service that gives you keys if you're going to stream it. And so I signed up for this game saying I would love to play it and stream it. It's been on my list for a very long time, so I want to give it a shot next week. I've played a little bit of it this last couple days to see if it is indeed a game I'd like. I'm enjoying it so far. It has, you'll see that it, if you look at it and if you've played it, you'll know this is exactly up my alley. So please join us then. Let's see if there's someone we can find and write it to, right? I'm going to watch a series of Sports Balls games. Sports Ball! Let's see if anyone we know is playing Vintage Story. Vintage Story. I still don't know if I'm up for this new interface. This person's just starting. Oh, man. Oh, man. let's go and right. Our old friend Grumbles the Dwarf, who got us into Vintage Story, right? I stream Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays during the week, 6 p.m. in the Central Time Zone, noon on the East Coast. If you live on the West Coast, I'm sure you can do the math. It is all his fault, indeed. Thank you all for being here. I have a great YouTube page. You should check it out. What else? If you want to join us on our Vintage Story server, you just got to join my Kofi. It's Kofi. It's pretty low cost, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. You can also join through Molly's Patreon. We're co-sharing a server with her, which is totally awesome. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the time. Thank you for conversating and listening to me and enjoying Stranded Alien Dawn. And if you're looking for if you're looking for a good, solid base builder with a little bit of tower defense, I'm telling you, it's a great game. It's a great game. I have a raid message. For those of you that don't know Grumbles, he is a fantastic streamer, an amazing dude. He's playing Star Citizen because it's free this weekend. And I call it the walking simulator. I want to get into this game. I just haven't. But he's a lot of fun. So say hello, kick back and relax. He's such a chill dude. I mean, like, good vibes is his channel. So you got that going for you. Thank you so much. I will see those of you probably in the Vintage Story server later. And then again, hopefully on Tuesday. Otherwise, no, it's not a game yet, Beard. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.